What is going on, everybody? Back on it. One Piece episode 436. Just spent the last hour trying to get 20 different websites to work. I don't know why the usual servers. You know how if you watch anime and things, they have different servers that host each episode in case this server doesn't work. Click this next one, this next one. I just went through 20. Nothing worked. I pulled up a Funimation 7-day free trial that I was going to try to use for this episode. But then, shout out to Junko, Discord, Patreon, and all that, sent me this link. So this one looks to be working. It's off-centered. Here, it's off-centered. I'm just going to leave it as is, and hopefully the website that I've been using for 400 plus episodes that I used to watch everything on ends up being fine after this. If not, I'll just have to tinker around, mess with the settings and stuff. But for right now, this is slightly off-centered. It just is what it is. Jumping into this though, they're facing off. Luffy did make physical contact with that poison. So what that means for him, and I can't tell when he hit Magellan or whatever his name is, and they kind of showed the shockwaves going throughout the prison out into the surrounding ships in the water. Did that have hockey built into it, or kind of what was, I don't know what that was, or kind of what that meant. Regardless though, let's see what we got. See what we've got. Oh, he beat the shit out of them. Oh, so I mean, they're weak though. They were literally letting you go. Maybe he is stronger than I'm giving him credit for, but they're also not strong. Oh, Lord. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's see what we got going on over here. Luffy gave him a good shot, but he got hit by that. Is Gear 2 helping him against the poison? No. So how do we get out? How does the gang get out of this one? Because clearly we're going to get to Ace. And then come all this way not to get to him. So how's it going to be written that Luffy gets out of this? Show me. I need to see it. Make sure this is centered. Hold on. All right, cool. Curious how the hell we get out of this one. I mean, these should be fodder for him, no? Yeah. He should cut through that. I've yet to see that, dominatrix chick do anything worth anything other than kind of boss her little stuffed animals around. He's got some skill, I won't lie. They're also fodder, but that's really breaking him down, huh? I'm not gonna dream an impossible dream. This is really eating him alive, huh? So I'm curious how we get around the poison, you know? Because there always seems to be some Pokemon counter to every devil's fruit that we've come across. I don't know what Luffy's is yet. What's the counter to the rubber? You know, we've seen Crocodile's weakness with his. We've seen Enru's weakness with his. You know, the list can go on and on. I had someone tell me that there's not a water devil's fruit, which seems like a missed opportunity. Maybe they were trolling me. How do you not, everyone's oh, to be a Logia type, it's major elements. That is one of the founding elements. How do we not have somebody that has a water fruit? There's no way you have someone that represents smoke and fire and sand and ice and lightning and everything. We can't get someone that's water? That seems like it could be so busted. Maybe there's got to be a water. I refuse to believe that. Maybe there is. I still hate that he's not like poison incarnate. What's the play here, buddy? If only we were this serious 10 episodes ago. He hit him again? Like, yes, you hit him, but like you also touched that poison again. I like the sound effect. Classic like Dragon Ball Ki Blast sound effect. It almost is acidic on contact, but imagine it was like... If you guys have ever seen the movie Alien, Aliens, whichever. Predator versus Alien, whatever. You know how like the alien blood is like... acidic on contact, like will melt through anything it touches like instantly. I wish his poison was like that. Is it only like steaming like this and stuff because they're around the fire? Or does his poison, when it contacts things like that, it really does like steam and shit? Oh, he's not in gear 2 anymore. Uh-oh. What? Is this the poison affecting him, or is he like... is he evolving? Or maybe... he's doing something. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, the poison is kind of busted. Especially in an enclosed space. I feel like what would be a weakness against him if someone had some kind of like wind fruit that could just create gust to get rid of the smoke at all, to get rid of the poison at all times. Did we use up all of our juice or what? This is Smoker all over again. Well? Are we getting help or are we going further beyond? What's the play here? Buggy's not showing up, Mr. Three's not showing up. I don't think Ace and Jimbei are busting out of their cells. Could. So does Mr. Bon Clay turn his ass around? Or like... is this GG? Let's say blow it away. There we go. Maybe that'll do a little something. But the thing is, like, how many of those does Luffy have in him? Like the balloon, right? Yeah, and I can just spam that again. Yeah, yeah. How many times can Luffy do that balloon when I can just repurpose out the poison fog again? Yeah, yeah. Unless there's some Conqueror's hockey that he just like hits and somehow I don't, but he doesn't even know what that is. Honestly, this is one of the most fucked ones. I feel like fuck situations Luffy's been in. Because like the poison is going internally as well. Like we've seen him get the shit beat out of him, right? And like he's coughing up blood, but like this shit is, the poison's like internally like breaking him down internally. Not like, oh, he's bleeding internally, but like it's bad. What's the play here? And same thing here. Like I'm assuming these two in here have hockey, right? Can you not hockey your way out of that jail cell? Now, again, where are you going to go? You know, you're stuck underwater. Maybe they have a way to just like instantly flood that. Maybe that level's so low because maybe there's like an insta flood button. Because I'm concerned like how you lock people. Like say they capture Whitebeard, right? Or someone on Whitebeard's level or similar. Can you just toss them in a cell and they can't flex and bust out of that? I refuse to believe that. But maybe there's like an insta flood button. He's not gonna bite off his tongue, by the way. And it just like floods in there. I don't know. I seem like maybe Sea Prism cuts out hockey too, or maybe they have something that hasn't been. Maybe us as the viewer at this point don't know what may or may not be restraining them. Well, uh-oh. These two gonna throw hands? He sounds familiar. You know who that is. I like the music that they got going with this. Alright, we didn't get to see what the like Vice Warden's ability was. Or what he's got going on. I want to see it. Yeah, they're fodder, we know that much. Okay, let's see what he's got. Throw hands here a little bit. Okay, hold on now. Y'all got beat by this? I thought maybe he like Hakkai'd somebody and hit somebody with a devil's fruit. Like he just hands them. Bro, weren't you? Did he just turn into a girl? Wasn't he just complaining about like he wanted to let people go? Let them go. Why don't you just let them go? Is Luffy just playing dead, or like is he like actually fucked? I'm not leaving him there. You're not What kind of what? You're in a place of authority, like you're the warden of the prison. You don't just leave him there. You know how much of a problem he's been for the government. You know his name. Was he really just gonna leave him there? Like he thought he was dead. He's like, oh, we'll clean that up later, or what? There's no way you don't just walk up and double tap the head. Now, granted, Luffy doesn't die in episode 400, clearly, but was he really just gonna walk away? Man's gonna have a slight concussion if he keeps that up. He's trying to smack himself out of it. Induce a little bit of rage. Maybe, perhaps. I think the episode's gonna end. It's been a pretty lengthy episode, no? Yeah, we got like 2 minutes left. I'm about to say, he's gotta be moving so slow. I think that's the first time we've seen somebody grab Luffy while he was like rubberized like that. I'm sure anybody could have grabbed him, but that's the first time I've seen them use that kind of animation. Like he literally just like crunched him. Who are you two fine gentlemen? I just refuse to believe that like someone with a decent level hockey couldn't flex and bust out of that prison. Would they fully, I mean, flex and bust out of that cell? Would they fully break out of the prison? That's another story. But maybe there's some kind of thing that negates hockey that I don't know about. Like they have the Sea Prism for the Devil's Fruit. Nah, Luffy, don't get serious now. Don't get serious now. You had all the time in the world to get serious. Yeah? Nothing. It's too late, bro. We're in it. We're in it. I mean, you clearly see what he's doing, right? He purposely didn't hit you. You know this, right? I don't know if he knows. Hello? Round 2. Round 2. We just run it again. Alright, here we go. Episode's gonna end before they really get into it, I'm assuming. We're in the exact same spot we left off last episode with. Just Luffy a little bit more beat up. This is like exactly where they were at the end of last episode. Luffy in Gear 2, Hydra activated. Okay, we just fully ate that poison to the face. No bullshit, like ate it to the face. Oh, do we just get off-screened? Did they just not want to waste the animation? But we just got off-screened. Oh, we're like poisoned. Oh, I don't know if we've ever. I'm trying to figure out the times that we've seen him most fucked up. Fighting. I don't know what's so hard for me to remember. The CP9 fight and the crew members, their names always blank on me. What the hell was his name? Lucci. We've seen him fucked up against Lucci, like fucked up. Enru, I don't remember him being like on the brink of it. Crocodile, bowling ball size hole in his chest. Fucked up. The archipelago. What was that? Sabandi. I forget how you pronounce it. He wasn't. I mean, he got tapped around and stuff. But he wasn't really like fucked up. It was more of like a emotional panic, But I'm talking like physically, just like, okay, he's fucked up. This is up there. Now, I'm trying to put like the actual losses, but it's hard to like give somebody an L when they get to just like redo it again and then they get the win, because it's like, does it really count as an L if they ended up defeating that person anyway? Like Crocodile, he lost. That was an L. If not for Nico Robin coming back and helping him out, and then Luffy getting to run it back again. Like Luffy won. And again, we're talking about the main character of a story of a almost 1,200 long episode anime. The main character isn't going to go out in the first like 50, 100. So that's why it's hard to like, did he really take an L when he just comes back around and beats the same person anyway? But I guess if you want to like chalk it up to like Luffy losing, and the only way that he physically actually gets to keep his life and survives is he had to get outside help from somebody, then the Crocodile one, like, tick that off. Like, that's an L. That is an L. I can't remember what ended up happening with Enru, Because it was just such a counter that I don't ever remember him like actually taking an L other than kind of like struggling, you know, dealing with, but not like actually getting beat. I don't know if him and Smoker really went at it. He didn't get any help. I mean, he got some like motivational speeches against Lucci, but you know, nothing too crazy there. All that to circle to like, this seems to be an L. Like this is going right next to the crocodile column that we tick that with an L. Because unless the only thing that they've introduced us to new as a viewer is the hockey, and that Luffy has like the strongest category like of it that you can get. So if you wanted to, you could write in something that Conqueror's level hockey is somehow going to come into play here that might give him a way to get out of this. And you could write it in there because as a viewer, we don't know the limitations to it. That's the only way I can see him getting out of this without needing assist. Like he needs outside assistance, or he's like dead. That's what I chalk up an L to. Crocodile outside assistance. If not, that's an L. This here, if there's no hockey thing that's going to come into play that gets written in, if he doesn't get outside assistance, he dies here. So we got one more episode. I'm going to go ahead and tick that in that column. So we will see. We will see how it goes. We'll just leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,